Manager is our word for the day because there's a viral video that has been floating around on Facebook about a fast food manager that's allegedly bullying her employee. So I think even if you're not from the Philippines, you're somewhat aware of a fast food restaurant called Jollibee that has a tagline that says "Bida ang saya," which literally means to promote joy. Because the brand has reach around the world, so I think some of you watching this may have heard of this fast food joint. But before we go into the dark side, let us first dive into their tagline, "Bida ang saya," which means to promote joy. And to be honest, they're not wrong, because this fast food joint has been around even before I was born, and it has been a core part of a lot of children's memories in the Philippines. And not only that, it's also the way they handled their brand, like their mascot, Jollibee. Like they make Jollibee behave like the typical mascots you see in sports, just full of energy with no dull moments. And when I say no dull moments, I meant that, because Jollibee is also a home for a lot of wacky shit, like this for example.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200.
You can also see Jollibee strangling a crew member due to so much love in the air. And not only the mascot, the crew also managed to harness some goofiness like playing Counter-Strike on a cashier computer on duty.
Per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions.
So it's not all bad, right? But that's up until we dive deep into the septic tank here of the toxic work environment in the Philippines. Now I say Philippines, but I am well aware that toxic work environment isn't really the rarest thing in the world, because toxic pieces of shit bosses exist all around the world, like a pandemic. And for today's toxic POS boss, this Jollibee manager.
Hindi niya ito malilimutan buong ano niya, pagkukro niya. Oo. First time mo mag-inventory hindi magbilang ka ng tiles.
Now some context if it wasn't clear enough to some of you guys. So the video shows a Jollibee manager apparently videotaping a newly hired Jollibee crew member that's been counting floor tiles, because she said that this is her first time doing inventory management. So for those of you who don't know, inventory management is the process of overseeing a company's stock from raw materials to finished products to ensure the right amount of product is available at the right time. Now with that said, you're supposed to count the company's stocks. In their case, you're supposed to count like how many burger buns do they still have, or how many chickens are in the fridge, or how many liters of gravy do they still have. Not counting the floor tiles, because it's not counted as a stock. And also I want you to take note of this, because I will point this out later in the video, that as you can see, neither the manager nor the crew members around her are laughing. Like this type of hazing type shit absolutely sucks. And first of all, a huge frick you to that manager for what she's doing, because she is essentially belittling that poor crew member's intelligence. Like she doesn't know how to do inventory management, and the first thing that you made her do is made her count floor tiles. Like how freaking evil can you be? And later I will show you the Jollibee manager's alleged response, where she's saying that, oh, it's just a harmless fun. It's part of being a fun family, a fun, jolly family. Yeah, I don't buy that shit, especially where she said that, oh, she will not forget this for her whole entire crew experience. Oh, this is your first time doing inventory, huh? There. Count those floor tiles like a freaking supervillain, knowing well aware that what she is teaching her is a mistake. Yeah, I don't think that's how families work. Maybe toxic families for sure. And the manager is like proud of it too. Like that's what irks me the most. And this post actually says it best, where the post said, "Power tripping isn't leadership. its insecurity. And the caption said this video went viral because it showed power tripping in workplaces, and it happens when someone in a higher position abuses their power to embarrass or control others. So instead of guiding the crew member, the manager chose to humiliate her. And what should have been a learning experience became a way to show ego. The power tripping makes workers feel scared, small, and unmotivated. And a good leader corrects with respect and lead with kindness. Exactly, like being their leader is a privilege, not an entitlement. And you have no right to treat those beneath you that way. And for those bosses that feels entitled being in their position, humble yourself, douchebags, because you are nothing without the people you boss around. Because what if your people decides to leave you one by one? You're not gonna be considered a boss now, do you? You're now just a lonely sack of shit that treats the people beneath you like garbage. Just, you're one of the absolute scums of the earth.
Mamaya na ulit, oh. Ito mo muna.
Like, this video actually pisses me off so much because, short story time, I've actually had my fair share of company bullying. Oh, sorry, I think it's much worse than that. It's actually workplace harassment and verbal abuse. Because back then, before we started our small business, I was working at a ramen shop. Quite far from where I live, actually. Then they have this training month where one of the pioneers or veterans there will hold you under their wing for a month. And then they expect you to move like they do for only just a month. And their reasoning is, well, I can do that, so why can't you? And I'm not kidding. They actually treat you as if you are with them since day one opening. So the manager will be all like shocked and berate you when you make a mistake. Because, like I said, they expect you to move like a pioneer of the restaurant for just a month. And when you make a mistake or like didn't meet their expectations, oh man, get ready for a bunch of verbal abuse, like constantly bad-mouthing you, always saying that you're stupid, always asking why you're so slow, saying that you're useless, just pure ridicule, sarcasm, and humiliation. And not gonna lie, it made me cry, okay? So, some manly tears were shed because it's too much for a guy that has been working there for only just a month. And the sad part is you can't do anything about it. And I was brainwashed to be programmed that, oh, that's all normal behavior at a restaurant. So I was programmed to just tough it out, grit some nails, put some dirt on it, boy. Restaurants are like that. It's normal for these guys. Like, not knowing that what they're doing is actual abuse. And I was like shocked when I learned about that. I'm the only one at that branch at that year that actually stayed for them for a month. They're always wondering, why all of these new employees going AWOL on them? Dozens of employees are going AWOL on them. Like, they're wondering why. But enough about that. Maybe I'll tell that story and maybe drop the company's name and actual person's name if I, feel like telling that story. Now back to the Jollibee manager, because the manager did issue a statement. Allegedly, I don't know if what this dude's saying is true, but he said that the actual manager sent a message to him. So here's what the manager said, allegedly. So it's mostly in Tagalog, so here's the translation. Bang. Hello, I am the manager in charge in the video, not Jessica. Jessica is one of our crew. She accidentally posted it on TikTok without noticing that she should just save it in drafts. Before we went home, I immediately approached the crew to say sorry and to ask if they were mad at me. And when I got home, I called them again to make sure that they weren't mad at me. Yeah, I call bullshit on that, because if that really happened, just drop the receipts then. Just show us that you actually apologized to the crew. And maybe if you are so close with the crew that you humiliated, why didn't she defend you at all? Like, the response is so bizarre, and the lack of Jollibee crew members defending this manager is a clear sign that maybe nobody likes you. Or like, maybe you just thought that they like you. Sorry, honey. Now she continues, if you ever worked in a fast food industry, you'll understand the spirit of family and fun. I am a manager, but my bond with my crew is different. I've never power tripped. I never abused my position. I also came from being a crew member at that same branch where I am now a manager. That's why all the crew members agree with me. Please help so that the store issue doesn't get involved. Right, so you never abused your position. You never power tripped, huh? So what does making your new crew member count floor tiles knowing full well it's her first time doing inventory management? Technically teaching her a mistake. And remember when I said take note about neither the other crew members nor the manager were laughing? So what are you saying about the spirit of family and fun? Do they look like they're having fun? Because to me, it really does look like you're just workplace hazing the new employee, which is the scummiest shit on a workplace culture. Like intentionally teaching a mistake instead of the right way to do things, just for what? Ego? You just wasted your time and your new employee's time just to show off power? Like, what are we doing here? So you decided to make fun of her, belittle her intelligence by making her count floor tiles, actually humiliate her by making her count floor tiles in front of the other crew members. For what? Because it's her first time doing inventory? What? Like, it's just sad. Like, okay, sure, given the benefit of the doubt, I get the workplace fun part, but isn't it better to have some fun with the people or employees that you have known for a long time instead of the new ones that actually needs assistance? Isn't that how it should be done? Now, there are a couple of reports of who the manager was, and they're like saying that it's this girl, but we are not entirely sure. This is all alleged. But if the response were true, maybe she is also just another employee that decided to post the TikTok without the manager's notice, thinking that the video is just funny. Now, of course, not all people are mad at the manager. Some people actually defended her. Like this goober that said, now again, most of it is in Tagalog, so here's the translation. Bang. So he said, comment here if you are one-sided and if you overreact. That's been done before when you worked at a fast food restaurant. I hope you find out the full context first. It's possible that she made a mistake, that's why the tiles were counted, and of course, that's the most harmless way of disciplining if you make a mistake. Those tiles aren't counted out of nowhere. Damn, people on FB these days are stupid and they can easily be influenced by these kinds of posts. Then if they found out the manager's FB, they'll send her a bad message. Ha 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 ha. What a pity for this kind of mindset. To the admin who posted this, next time think about patching because there are many fools and idiots who follows you. Yeah, what the frick are you on about? Like a form of discipline? Are you stupid? Like, yeah, you're right. She did made her count those floor tiles for a reason. And that reason was because it's her first time doing inventory management. So what are you saying, that she may have made a mistake, that's why the manager is disciplining her? What's her mistake? Not knowing how to do inventory management? Like, truly, what the freak are you on about? Or are you just making up excuses because you're also the type of person to do that kind of shit? And that actually makes me sad, because to all of the people that condone this type of behavior, they find, humiliating others amusing and justifiable, is also the type of person that most likely to power trip when they get a hold of position of power. Like, they're the people that fully embrace the toxic work culture. Like, they have been brainwashed into thinking that those toxic cultures are normal. And unfortunately, they are most likely to repeat that cycle again, which is sad. Now, it's clear that toxic workplace culture isn't going to end anytime soon, as long as there is a hierarchy. But to those bosses that manage to not give up to temptation and power trip, kudos to you guys. You are making people's worlds better by just being a great boss. So yeah, I just wanted to touch on this power tripping issue on Jollibee Philippines because I can relate to that very strongly. So yeah, that's it.